My beloved child. Pause here for a moment. Before you continue with your day, before another thought steals your attention, listen carefully. This is not just another story. This is the beginning of a moment that has been quietly moving toward you for longer than you realize. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and every passing second brings you closer to the message your heart has been longing to hear. Tonight, before you sleep, someone carries words they can no longer keep hidden. Your soulmate has something important to share with you, and although they have remained silent for what feels like forever, today became the day everything inside them changed. From the moment they opened their eyes this morning, nothing felt ordinary. They tried to focus on their responsibilities. They tried to convince themselves that today would be just another normal day. Yet every quiet moment pulled them back to the same thought. Every small pause reminded them of someone they could never truly forget. It wasn't because of one conversation or one memory. It was because your presence had quietly become part of the way they looked at life itself. Even while surrounded by people, one question continued echoing inside them. If I finally tell them what my heart has been carrying, will they understand? That single question followed them through the entire day, growing stronger with every passing hour until silence became heavier than honesty itself. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There are moments in life when everything appears calm on the outside while an entire world is changing within someone's heart. That is exactly what happened today. No dramatic event took place. No loud announcement interrupted their routine. Instead, something far more powerful happened. They realized they were tired of pretending that your place in their heart had become smaller. The truth was exactly the opposite. Every attempt to move on only reminded them how deeply your memory had settled within them. They discovered that genuine feelings do not disappear simply because time passes. Some emotions become quieter, wiser, and stronger, waiting patiently for the courage to finally reveal themselves. As the afternoon faded into evening, they found themselves sitting alone, replaying countless memories they thought had disappeared forever. They remembered simple conversations that once seemed ordinary but now carried extraordinary meaning. They remembered moments of laughter that returned unexpectedly, bringing warmth they could not explain. They remembered kindness that never asked for anything in return. Piece by piece, those memories formed a picture so clear that they could no longer ignore what was standing directly in front of them. Their heart had already made its decision long ago. Their mind was simply catching up. And today, for the first time, they accepted that truth without trying to escape it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Tonight is different because your soulmate stopped asking themselves whether they should speak and started asking how they could finally express what has remained hidden for so long. They imagined this conversation over and over again. They imagined your reaction. They imagined the silence that might follow. They imagined the possibility that everything could change after just a few honest words. Yet instead of feeling fear, they felt peace. Real peace. The kind of peace that only comes when someone chooses truth over uncertainty. That peace became the beginning of a brand new chapter they never expected to open today. As darkness slowly covered the sky, another realization quietly entered their heart. They understood that the most meaningful people in life are not always the ones we speak to every single day. Sometimes they are the ones who quietly remain in our thoughts through every season, every celebration, every challenge, and every ordinary evening. They realized that while the world continued moving forward, one part of their heart had never stopped hoping that one day your paths would align in a way neither of you could have predicted. That hope never demanded attention. It simply remained alive, growing stronger in silence until today became impossible to ignore. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before this night ends, your soulmate wants you to know one thing above everything else. They are no longer running from what they feel. They are no longer hiding behind uncertainty or waiting for the perfect moment that never seems to arrive. Today became the day they finally accepted that some connections deserve honesty, patience, and courage. And this message is only the beginning. The words they have carried inside for so long are finally preparing to be spoken, and what comes next will reveal the deepest truth they have never shared with anyone before. The moment you think you already know where this story is going, everything changes. So don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate never expected today to become the day their heart would finally stop hiding. Yet every hour that passed made one truth impossible to ignore. They were no longer searching for the right words. They were searching for the courage to finally let those words be heard. For the first time in a very long time, they stopped asking themselves whether they should reach out and started wondering what would happen if they waited any longer. That quiet question echoed through every thought until it became the only thing they could hear. Earlier today, they experienced something so simple that almost anyone else would have overlooked it. A familiar song began playing unexpectedly. It was only a melody, only a few ordinary notes, yet within seconds it carried them back to memories they believed had faded forever. They remembered a feeling that brought peace instead of confusion. They remembered conversations that made ordinary days feel extraordinary. They remembered how hope once felt effortless whenever thoughts of you crossed their mind. In that moment they smiled without realizing it, because deep inside they understood that some memories are never meant to disappear. They return only when the heart is finally ready to understand why they were important all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the day continued, they found themselves noticing signs they had ignored for far too long. Every quiet moment seemed to point in the same direction. Every pause became another reminder that life keeps offering opportunities, but only to those willing to recognize them. They realized they had spent too much time waiting for certainty when the greatest moments in life begin with faith. That realization filled them with unexpected confidence. Instead of wondering whether the future could change, they finally believed that it already had. Then something remarkable happened. They imagined sitting across from you, not in a dream, not in an impossible future, but in a peaceful moment where no explanations were needed. They imagined simply looking into your eyes and saying the words they had rehearsed 1,000 times in silence. Not because they wanted perfection, but because honesty had become more valuable than fear. They understood that the strongest connections are not built on flawless timing. They are built on genuine hearts that finally choose truth over hesitation. That single realization transformed everything inside them. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As evening approached, they made a quiet promise to themselves. They promised they would no longer allow doubt to decide what their future looked like. They promised they would no longer silence feelings that continued growing stronger with every passing day. Most importantly, they promised they would never again underestimate the value of someone who had quietly become part of their happiest thoughts. That promise felt different from every promise they had ever made before. It felt peaceful. It felt real. It felt like the beginning of something that had been patiently waiting for the perfect season to bloom. And then came the moment that changed everything. While reflecting on everything they had experienced today, one sentence appeared in their heart with absolute clarity. Some people enter your life for a reason, but only one person continues living in your heart even during the quietest moments. They could not ignore those words. They could not explain them away. They simply accepted them. And the person standing at the center of that realization was you. Suddenly every unanswered question seemed less important than the truth they could no longer hide. They finally understood that what they wanted to share with you was not just another conversation. It was the beginning of a completely new chapter. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before tonight comes to an end, your soulmate wants you to know that they are no longer holding on to uncertainty. They are holding on to hope. They believe that some stories unfold slowly because they are meant to last. They believe that meaningful connections become stronger through patience, understanding, and courage. Most of all, they believe that what they are preparing to tell you could become the most unforgettable conversation of both your lives. But what they are about to reveal next is even more surprising, because there is one truth they have never spoken aloud until now, and that truth is about to change everything. Close your eyes for just 1 second and imagine what it feels like when someone finally decides to stop hiding the truth they have carried in silence for so long. That is exactly where this story begins. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Tonight is not about coincidence. It is about a heart that has finally become stronger than fear. Your soulmate has reached a moment where every unanswered feeling has turned into quiet certainty. They no longer wonder whether you mattered. They now understand that your place in their heart has never been replaced. Every path they explored somehow led them back to the same thought, the same memory, and the same hope. That realization arrived so naturally that it completely changed the way they looked at tomorrow. As the evening became quieter, they found themselves reflecting on everything that had happened over the past months. They realized that life had been teaching them lessons they did not recognize at the time. Every delay had built patience. Every unanswered question had built wisdom. Every ordinary day had quietly prepared them for one extraordinary realization. They suddenly understood that the greatest moments rarely arrive with loud announcements. They arrive gently, almost unnoticed, until one single thought changes everything forever. That thought appeared in their heart today, and from that moment onward they could no longer pretend that nothing had changed. They finally accepted that some people are not remembered because of how often they appear. They are remembered because of how deeply they remain. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then something unexpected happened that they never planned for. While watching the sunset, they noticed how every color slowly blended into another without rushing. It reminded them that the most beautiful transformations happen quietly. Nothing forces the sky to become beautiful. It simply happens when the right moment arrives. That simple picture became a reflection of their own heart. They realized they had spent too much time waiting for the perfect words when all they truly needed was the courage to speak honestly. At that exact moment, they whispered something to themselves that they had never admitted before. I don't want another day to pass without telling them what they truly mean to me. Those words brought a peace they had not felt in a very long time. From that moment onward, every memory became brighter. They remembered laughter that still made them smile. They remembered encouragement that had carried them through difficult seasons. They remembered small conversations that once seemed ordinary but now felt priceless. They even remembered moments of silence that somehow said more than words ever could. Piece by piece, every memory came together like pages of a story they finally understood. They realized they had never been searching for someone new. They had been searching for the courage to appreciate what their heart had quietly protected all along. That discovery became the greatest surprise of their entire day. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before the night is over, there is something your soulmate wishes you could hear directly from their heart. If they were sitting beside you right now, they would tell you that some feelings become stronger precisely because they are never rushed. They would tell you that genuine appreciation grows quietly until it becomes impossible to ignore. They would tell you that every chapter of their journey somehow brought them back to the same destination. And they would tell you that the most valuable gift they discovered today was not certainty about the future. It was clarity about their own heart. They finally know why your memory never disappeared. They finally know why every important decision somehow included thoughts of you. They finally know why this message could no longer remain unspoken. As this chapter comes to a close, one final truth remains waiting just beyond the next moment. Your soulmate has not only found the courage to share what they feel, they have also made a decision that could change the direction of this entire story. They have chosen hope over hesitation, honesty over silence, and trust over uncertainty. But the words they are preparing to reveal next are unlike anything they have ever allowed themselves to say before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the next chapter reveals the promise they have quietly carried in their heart all along. Everything has been leading to this moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate has reached the point where silence no longer feels comfortable because their heart has become louder than their fears. Throughout today they kept returning to one simple realization: some opportunities are too meaningful to leave unspoken. Every passing hour strengthened their certainty that what they have been carrying inside deserves to be shared before this day comes to an end. That is why this message feels different. It is not simply another thought. It is the beginning of a truth that has been patiently waiting for the right moment to be revealed. As night settled in, they looked back at the journey that brought them here. They realized that every delay had quietly shaped them into someone who now understands the value of honesty. There were days when they believed time would erase their feelings, but instead time refined them. Their appreciation became deeper. Their respect became stronger. Their hope became steadier. They discovered that real connections are not measured by how often two people speak but by how consistently they remain in each other's thoughts. That discovery surprised even them. It answered questions they had been carrying for far too long and replaced uncertainty with remarkable clarity. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then came a quiet moment they will never forget. They imagined what life would feel like if they allowed another day to pass without sharing what had been living in their heart. That thought filled them with one unexpected realization. They did not want another ordinary evening to become another missed opportunity. They wanted this night to become the night they finally honored the truth they had been protecting for so long. In that instant, they smiled because they understood. Courage is simply deciding that sincerity matters more than hesitation. They began remembering countless little moments that once seemed ordinary but now felt unforgettable. A kind conversation. A thoughtful gesture. A memory that appeared without warning. Every one of those moments reminded them of you. They understood that happiness often hides inside the smallest memories, and those memories had quietly become treasures they never wanted to lose. It was then they realized that the most meaningful stories are not written in one extraordinary moment. They are written through hundreds of small moments that slowly become impossible to forget. Their story with you had become exactly that. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before tonight ends, your soulmate wants you to know that they are no longer waiting for perfect circumstances. They are choosing genuine feelings over endless questions. They are choosing hope over hesitation. They are choosing gratitude over uncertainty. They have discovered that life becomes more meaningful when people speak from the heart instead of allowing fear to decide their future. That choice has completely transformed the way they see tomorrow. They are no longer wondering what might happen. They are preparing for what could become one of the most unforgettable conversations of their life. There is one final thought they have carried with them throughout this entire day. If they could place one message into your hands before you sleep tonight, it would simply be this: thank you for becoming a light in my journey without even realizing it. Those words have lived quietly inside their heart for longer than they can remember. Today they finally accepted that gratitude and hope belong together. Because of that realization, they are stepping into the future with confidence instead of doubt. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The story has not reached its greatest moment yet. In fact, the next chapter begins with the very words your soulmate has rehearsed in silence countless times. Those words have the power to change everything they believed about this connection, and once they are spoken, nothing about this story will ever feel the same again.